What up, y'all? It's a book club.
Not a book haul. Although we do need to do another one soon.
Did you see that?
What?
Right there above your head.
Wand stand. Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys. I mean, everyone.
Yes, T is correct. This is the I almost said Warbreaker live stream.
I think I updated it. No,
Okay.
it's not wrong. It should be correct. Maybe you just loaded...
Oh, you spelled Warbreaker wrong by accident. E-A-K. You just missed an E.
Oh.
It happens.
That's dumb. It shouldn't be spelled like that.
It happens all the time.
All the dang.
All the tame.
All right, so it should be updated.
I don't know. Sorry, guys, if it said Wand Talk. We are going to be filming a Wand video, though.
So here's the thing. I updated it, but it could have been that like you loaded into it before I updated it, because I updated it like 2 minutes before we started. So, no, it still says Wand Talk, see? That's weird. Whatever. What is it called?
Warbreaker.
Warbreaker. Did I spell it right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try. It'll be correct later. This sucks. I hate when this happens. So everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, we're talking about wands," and then it's like they tune in and it's gonna be like, "Sorry, we're doing book stuff today."
Yeah, sometimes YouTube like doesn't save stuff when you hit enter.
Yeah, so right now it's the correct title.
Hot? It's hot.
I have it set pretty low, but it's for some reason it is warm in here.
I didn't even drink my coffee yet. It says, oh my god.
That's funny.
YouTube is just like glitching out hardcore.
Just refresh, keep refreshing, and like the video before you refresh.
Title just changed. All right.
Set.
I feel like I'm gonna get like lipstick all in these attachments, and then I'm gonna put my things in, and someone's gonna be like, I don't have my teeth in right now. You're
gonna do it during like the stream?
I'll just like go off camera.
That's disgusting.
I wanted a coffee, and I can't drink coffee.
Are you gonna brush your teeth beforehand?
No, I was gonna rinse out with some water. I already brushed the retainers.
Did you bring water?
Yeah. So I was just gonna rinse my mouth with water and then put them back in because I already brushed those. I just would have to go downstairs after and brush my teeth again.
I like your hair today.
Thanks. I did it based on your recommendation.
Did you know? How are you now?
Hard yes. Hard no. All right, guys. Warbreaker. Did anybody
read this book?
I know T did.
It was slow, but I think 75% through it, that's when it got really good.
My least favorite Brandon Sanderson book so far.
Agreed.
Sad to say.
I think I would still give it a 4.
I think I gave it a 4 also.
Yeah.
Only because of the ending.
Yeah.
I literally was doing dishes and listening to it.
Halfway through it, I was like, this is not getting a 5. It can't get a 5. No matter how good the ending is. I judge a book as a whole, right? Like, if I were to judge the beginning and the end.
Well, that's why it's not getting a 5.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, halfway through, I was like, I don't care what happens. It cannot get a 5.
Oh, no, Christy, you're gonna get stuff spoiled for you unless you don't care. But, T said it was good, just different. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Is it Isa? They said I did struggle to finish it, excuse me.
Isa was the one that was saying, no, don't get rid of the dog. Because, like, they commented.
Oh, yeah,
before.
I commented. I responded.
I just recognized the picture.
Yeah, we did not get rid of the dog.
No, we're not going to. It's just like...
I was very upset.
She was so frustrated and scared, and I had to argue with her and be like, you're being stupid right now. Just relax. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm not the type of person
that just gives up my dog. Like, I've owned a ton of animals in my life, and that's just not the type of person I am. But, like, I was just really upset that she hurt my cousin. But... I mean, she hasn't done anything wrong since. She's a good girl.
We read this book this month, and we're going to talk about it now.
So the ending did it for me. I was literally washing dishes, and the moment... This is going into spoiler territory, so this is literally, like, the end. But the moment when Light Song gave his breath to the God King, I literally, like, let out a little sob. I was like... and I was, like, almost cried. I didn't cry... But it came close.
I think the weakest point of this book was the magic system.
By far, like, I
was
was disappointed.
Like the strangest magic system, and it only started making sense towards the end, where like they finally started explaining. Like I like knowing more about the magic system, like throughout the whole story. That's Brandon Sanderson's like thing is magic systems.
And I feel like he tried to do that in this book, just not successfully, in my opinion. Like, I feel like throughout the book they did give you bits of more information about the magic system, but like I still don't feel like what you say, like they really delved into like the fake science.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still don't know how it works.
Mm-mm.
I know you drain colors from yourself in order to use the color magic, and I know that you have to have breaths in order to use it. I just found that whole exchange kind of strange, and he is famous for like going into intricate detail with magic systems.
Can you guys let me know something? Do you think that she's too far off screen? Like, I'm in the middle, right? Because I always complain to her about it, and she always, like, yells at me. She's like, I don't want to sit next to you. I'm too close to you. But I'm like, but it looks bad. It looks bad.
Wash them dishes, okay?
What does that mean?
I'm like a person that washes the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher, like a weirdo.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know. When he talked for the first time, I was like, boom, in your face. Yeah, dude, that was like awesome. I loved the fact that the God King could talk at the end. And I like me a good love story. And I like that him and Siri, you know, really ended up connecting. I thought it was cute.
Thought you were cute.
I'm really not a fan of that book. It's the first book of a series. He might explain it better later. I mean, okay. I feel like there were some good characters, but I didn't care about any of the characters besides Light Song, which I feel like was one of the best written characters. I didn't really care about any of them until, like, almost the end of the book. Like, Vivenna was just kind of like, eh, and Siri was just kind of whatever, and Light Song and I feel Vasher were two of the more interesting characters.
I thought...
all the priests, I got confused.
I didn't.
Besides Scoot.
Yeah, so there's only 2 priests that you really talk to. And then there was the her assistant, which he wasn't actually a priest, remember?
Bluefingers?
Yeah. He was like a scribe or whatever he was.
No, there were 2 the God King's priest, I feel like, and the other one I
just said there was only 2
in my head.
I say things, but she doesn't listen.
No.
She just like continues to think about what she's thinking about, and then like disagrees with what I just said, even though I just said the same exact thing that she's saying now. That's my life. Story of my life.
I didn't get the breath color connection. Why do you need both? I don't know. I feel like it's just not well explained. Like, I feel... I would understand, like, if they got rid of the color thing entirely, you using your breath to do certain abilities, because that's essentially what they're doing. But for some reason, it costs color. But also, people that have these increased amount of breaths have, like, that different color,
increased like senses basically.
Yeah, of color, but
they
it
can
was
see more color. They can sense more things.
With Isa, like I don't understand like the actual connection though. Like it's weird.
Yeah. It was definitely the weakest system so far.
Treasure Hunter says, but I still like the book. When do we plan to change my hair color? Never. When it goes naturally gray, I suppose I'll be naturally gray instead of...
I only got a couple more years.
Pay for it gray.
A couple more years, you'll be there.
I doubt it.
No, because you're old.
I get it. But my mom still has blonde hair.
How do you know? She dyes her hair.
No, she doesn't. She's never dyed it. Anywho, I wrote some notes and I forgot my phone.
Go get your phone.
BRB.
Burb.
What are you going to talk about?
So what did I think about this book?
Wait! Sorry.
Please don't yell. She's yelling at the dog so that she stayed up here because I get it. Hey, don't move. Don't stay. You stay. Hey, stay. Go girl. Wait right there. Get your butt out of the other dog's face. Hey. All right. Anyway, what I think. I thought it started really slow and I was just like, I don't care about any of this. But I still kept going back to it for some reason. Like, while things were happening, I cared. But then, when things stopped happening... No. When I stopped reading it, I didn't care. But then when I was reading it, I would be like, oh, this is super interesting. But I don't really understand what's happening. And I would just wish the magic system was explained sooner in the story. It definitely seems like also the weakest magic system. Like, they had the least amount of power, minus the fact that they could bring back like the dead. Not really bring back the dead, but make zombies. That was really the only thing. I got kind of confused at the end. So was Vasher like the old king?
Dude, I don't understand that either. That's what I was gonna ask you.
Was he like the savior or whatever?
Wait.
The savior.
He had, obviously, we found out he's like 300 years old.
That's it? He's young.
And we found out, like, we didn't really find out. We did find out what he was technically in the past and what his name was. And apparently he's, like, codename Warbreaker. But, like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was, like, the last sentence.
Oh.
It said, like, what did people know you as? And he said, it's not the last sentence at all.
I didn't read any messages.
Hmm?
I didn't read any of the messages.
Okay. Everyone calls you things. Peacegiver, Kalad, Vasher, Talixin. I can't remember the time before I returned. When I came back, however, I did get a name. The Cult of Returned, those who eventually founded the Halendrin Iridescent Tones, found me and kept me alive with breaths. They gave me a name, and I didn't like it much. And what was it? Warbreaker the Peaceful. So, that's where Warbreaker comes from. It was like Vasher's old name. The color suits you, though. Thank you. How do you raise your eyebrow? I can't do that. What, like one eyebrow? Who did it, you or me?
Probably me.
Nothing was really happening for such a long time. I was really bored through most of the book. I kind of felt the same way while reading it. Like, I did feel like it got pretty redundant, and I just didn't really care a lot of the times.
The three twists were pretty good.
What ones?
The fact that the guys that were helping her, Jesus.
I wrote them down, like the twists in my mind.
The guys that were helping her when they turned on her.
Yeah.
That was the first big twist. The second twist was the fact that the king was actually like not in charge and not a good guy. I had a feeling though already that he wasn't like in charge.
I didn't really see it coming.
I did. I didn't see that he had like his tongue chopped off or whatever. I thought that he was like a child, like because the fact that he wasn't talking and had the book, I was just like, is he like a baby or something?
Well, he is like kind of mentally like he didn't know like.
Yes, I get
how
it.
to even make a baby. Like, he thought, like, it was just gonna happen in front of him. And I was like, oh my god, that's so innocent.
But then the other twist was the fact that What's-His-Face was a big deal.
Vasher?
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think so. Vasher was one of the 5 previous somethings, right? Denth 2. His hair changed. So, yes, I actually wrote that down.
Denth's hair changed. Yeah, that was interesting.
Is Denth one of the Idrian royal family or like something to do with the Idrians in the past, which was like the original like rulers? I don't know.
I definitely feel like the next book could really like, now that it's like this was like an intro to the world, I feel like the next book could really introduce it, because this whole time like the whole book was like I didn't know who to cheer for. It was like I was like everyone's kind of good, you know, and they even said it like being the hero is all based on, you know, everybody always thinks that they're the hero or they're doing things for the right reasons.
Yeah. I mean, there really wasn't. I mean, the bad people were what, that third country that I couldn't even remember.
And again, they
their
weren't
name.
really bad. They
They
were
just wanted to like liberate
their people. Yeah. So it was like
T said the same thing. She said, "I feel like the sequel will be better."
Hopefully.
I
mean, there was no Mistborn, right? It was like
no
Mistborn, no Final Empire.
I like all the twists. He was so cute. He was like an 8-year-old. I really like that. I have not read Black Prism by Brent Weeks. I have it. They're asking because that has color magic in it also. Yet again, she fell in love with a guy acting like an 8-year-old. That's kind of weird. I don't think he acted like an 8-year-old though, but he was just so innocent.
Once he learned how to write, they were able to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Normally. Before that, yes, he was like an 8-year-old.
And she felt like that too. Like she was a little off.
Also, I didn't like how little amount of time went by.
How much
because
time?
Because it was like we were halfway through the book and it was like a week that had gone by. She was there for like a week, maybe more.
I didn't pay attention.
Like that's the thing. I felt like because think about it. She moved in, and then they started trying to make a baby, and then they like arrested her or whatever because they were like, "Oh, you're pregnant now. We're gonna like swap the baby out or whatever." That couldn't
I
have been
thought
more than a
that
couple of.
twist was cool.
That couldn't have been more than a couple of weeks.
I guess. No, it was a few months, they said, I think.
It was not a couple months.
But anyway,
maybe a month.
I felt like that twist was kind of cool where, like, you find out that the God King doesn't actually have a child. There was already a
And also the God King
kid.
is just another...
Vessel, basically.
No, he's just another... The same as the other guy.
Oh, just like a regular returned.
God, yeah. He was just like a normal dude. Normal returned.
It was more time than that because she was waiting on the floor a lot of nights. That's what I think.
Well, it was
too.
no. She was on the floor for a week.
I think it was 2 weeks.
It was 1 week. She was on the floor, and then she finally like stood up. I remember there's a part of it where she's like, I've been laying on the floor waiting for him for a week.
He's like, I just sit here and keep waiting for a baby to happen. I thought that was just so cute. Like there were some parts of this book that were really good, but it was just.
I just feel like it was so fast, and then like I would say maybe it was like a month and a half. The whole story happened, and I just feel like it should have been longer. I don't know why, but I feel like they could have done some time skips, like where like it's been a week now, instead of like we went through like every night that she was there. It was like night 1, night 2, night 3, night 4. It was just like it was too much of the same thing happening over and over.
I felt like it also changed perspectives a lot. Like,
I didn't mind that.
I know, but sometimes like if you missed one little thing, it's like all of a sudden you're in a completely different town and like different things are happening. I'm like, what is going on?
I definitely think that the magic was too vague. It was too open-ended.
I don't
especially
know,
with the commands and
Christy,
stuff.
if you would, I mean, we're not really talking about much else besides spoilers in this stream. Besides the fact that Forging Divinity is going to be next Sunday, if you're interested in reading that. It's only a few hundred pages, so it's very doable. Oop, I booped you in the head. And then at the end of the month, we're going to be reading the first of the next Mistborn trilogy, and that's Alloy of Law. So yeah.
Oh, by the way, I started reading Forging Divinity.
Me too, I like it.
I'm really liking it.
I like it so far. I'm only like
the beginning of
50
that is
pages
much
in,
better than the beginning of this.
All right,
but we'll
so
see how it goes.
I thought it was a much bigger deal. This is going back into spoilers. I thought this was a much bigger deal before you found out. So basically, when she gave her breath to Vasher, I was like, oh man. I was like, she knows what it's like to be without breath, and she just gave all of her breath away. And then I was like, and why would she give it to Vasher? Like, I get it. Vivenna, I'm talking about.
Yeah, but why would she give it to him? Because she couldn't get out. She couldn't fight what's-his-face.
I thought that was a very, like, climactic moment, and then basically she had some stored breath somewhere, and then it was like, oh, yeah.
Well, the guy's, like, the shirt or whatever it was, or the cloth, the headband, what was it? It was like a head thing, right? Head tie?
A handkerchief, or so I thought.
I thought it was like a head wrap, like a bandana type thing.
Dude, I got a little upset when Blushweaver died. Because
I thought that was good. I liked that because it was like consequences. Things need to happen. People need to die. And she was a big character, and it basically like. And I
feel like her and Lightsong.
What's his face?
They had like a friendship forming.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And then she died.
I liked the twist that what's his face was his brother too. That was pretty cool.
Oh my god! And you found out that he was just like a scribe. And he kept thinking he was this, like, awesome dude.
Well, he did die in the big deal, saving the kid.
That was good, too.
And that was the second... I just got goosebumps. That time where he was like... And he died twice, giving his life to save somebody else.
I literally choked up.
That was great. The ending was good. It was very well done. I would say the ending altogether was like a 5. But that would just bring back, like, the 2.5 to 3 of the rest of the book... to bring it up to the writing was great, the character development was good, but the overall story and magic system was just a little boring.
So I also really, really, really thought it was clever how he killed
he gave him the
Vasher
power, so
killed
he
Denth.
Yeah.
So he gave him all of his breath so that it shocked him and then he killed him. I was like, what? That's very interesting. Didn't see it coming. I thought Vivenna changed way too suddenly a lot throughout the book.
Have you ever watched Les Mis?
What's your point?
Remember when
you have a flake on your a food or something? No, on the top. No, down more. Okay, I think you got it.
Remember when what's her face? What's the main actress in that? The main actress, the one that gets her head
Yeah,
shaved.
yeah.
What's her name? Is it Scarlett? No, not Scarlett Johansson. The other one that's like a Scarlett or something.
No, I said her name the other day.
Tell me her name.
You said her name the other day.
I did.
When we were like
From
watching that show.
Devil Wears Prada, right?
Yeah.
Her name is. I'm waiting for somebody to say it.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
What about her?
That's basically what happened to Vivenna.
Oh, she got like warped.
No, so. Remember when that song in that movie, where she's just giving up, she's selling her teeth, she's selling her hair, whatever. It was like the same thing that happened to her. That's exactly what I was thinking of. I was like, she sold her hair. She almost went into prostitution. There in the book.
Yeah.
Well, in this book?
Oh, this book, no.
Oh, I was like, I missed that. Like, when did that happen?
No, yeah, no.
So
yeah,
like
Hathaway.
all those things when that happened, I was just like, oh, this is like exactly like Les Mis. It was very much like that, and like that's how I imagined it, like her going through all of this, like getting beat up, like trying to like find scraps of food and stuff, and it makes, dude, try living on the streets. I mean, not saying that I did, but I'm just saying, like, imagine living on the streets, like in a place like that where people treat you like crap. Like, at least here, people don't usually treat homeless people like crap, you know? They don't go around
like they did back then.
They don't go around kicking them and like beating them up and stuff.
There's a lot of homeless people.
Back then, and when this world happened.
Oh yeah,
like back in the day.
Sure.
What just happened? Oh no! Eleven's growling at the other dog.
Sit.
She's scared of 11.
Good girl. I like the killing too, and then he just casually mentioned that he killed the other guy that way too. Oh, Vasher killed someone in the past like that. I can't remember who.
His sister or whatever, his friend.
You never read or watched Les Mis. I'd say don't read it. It's like a massive book. I've never read it. I have a copy of it, but
the movie's good though.
The movie's great. All right. So what else did I write down?
And it's French. I know you love French.
Well, the original.
Well, no, I'm saying
the movie's not in French.
But it's in France. It takes part.
The French Revolution.
Yeah.
I just wrote down how I thought it was cool that the God King could talk now.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
And I thought it was cute that Vasher went back to save Vivenna. And I just wrote, I'm confused by Vasher's past. And how did he get Nightblood? Did they explain that and I just missed it? The sword?
I don't remember.
Like, I don't know. She said, I know it's French. Oh yeah, and then like that reveal kind of at the end where they say like basically all awakened change their appearances, but they just like don't know that they're doing it. Because remember, Vasher was able to like make himself look like a god.
Yeah, but I mean that was kind of already known.
I didn't know that.
When Light Song was talking about it, how like they look like what they want to look.
Yeah, but then
like they expect gods
they talked
to
about
look.
how like the Idrian family and like where Ciri and Vivenna came from are part of like they have awakened in their blood, I guess, and that's why their hair changes, which to me is like I didn't get that.
The original awakened.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking a lot. I'm trying to focus on what you're saying. It's cool. I mean, I think I pretty much talked about all the points that stuck out to me when I read it.
Yeah, I would say it's all right. It's not the best Brandon Sanderson. It's not the worst book. It's more than the 3.
I would
less than a 5.
definitely read the next one.
Yes, I'm curious about what's going to happen.
I'm probably not going to remember any of this one by then.
That's fine. There'll be a recap. Ish. I'll remind you. I'll just be like, God King got his tongue back.
T read over 10 books.
So think about this. Not a lot happened. The main thing that happened was she married the God King, and hopefully now they're going to be able to bring the kingdom back together. That's the main final part of the story. If he's able to, which he is, right? He's able to protect, and what's her face went out with what's his face.
Oh yeah, she's like
Vivenna
going
went
on an
with,
adventure
yeah.
now. I liked that.
So those are the two things that happened. The one that was the regal, the very queen-esque girl became more of like the adventurer,
Yeah.
and then the other girl that was the adventurer became the queen, basically.
I didn't think about that.
But that's really all that happened. The rest doesn't really matter how it happened. Like the next book could be the
I'm sad Light Song's dead.
The
He
next
was my
book,
favorite.
the next book could be like the beginning of the story. You know what I mean? I feel like this was like a prequel to the first book. You know?
Yeah, you don't have to be a reader to join these. You could listen to an audiobook or start reading anytime.
I don't read them physically. I listen to them. I don't have time to.
I felt like this narrator was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I knew when she was doing, you know, certain people and.
And usually, like whenever I hear a woman narrator, I'm always like, because I've had some bad luck with them, and a lot of them just like I don't believe them, or like whenever they do a guy, it's always like the same voice.
7 Blades in Black.
Terrible. Yeah. But like the guy, for some reason, guys, I believe when they're doing a girl voice. It's the weirdest thing.
You just have to do like a falsetto, like.
Falsetto. What's that mean?
Isn't that like when you go like this and make your voice higher?
I don't know. I don't
you
falsetto.
You could do it.
When you go like this and make your voice higher, like that.
T said after 7 Blade, they're all amazing. True, that was
That's
the
a good
worst
point.
I've ever heard. I literally wrote that in like my Audible review. I was like, this narrator was like the worst ever. So yeah.
Where's the other book?
You moved them.
It's over there. Oh, that's a terrible idea. Oh, this is not going to end well. Just move the whole chair.
Oh, there goes my sticky notes.
Nick!
Oh my god! Everything is dying! Alright. So. Can't breathe. I gotta look at a calendar. Sunday, August 11th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday, August 25th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you did not read the first Mistborn, you can technically read this. You may get spoilers. I mean, I definitely recommend reading the first Mistborn first, but if you want to join the live stream and you don't want to read the first series, you can jump in here, but I imagine you will get some pretty major stuff spoiled. Spoiled? English. Spoiled. I
like spoiled. They're spoiled.
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 It's like, weird to be in the same universe without being in the others. I know, but it's like a couple hundred years later.
I really hope they do like an Infinity War type. He does an Infinity War type book someday.
What do you mean?
Like different characters from different universes or different worlds all come together for a greater good.
Oh,
no, not Hoyd. Oh yeah, Hoyd was huge in this last book.
Hoyd was like a big part of this book, which like
I actually didn't miss him. But also like there's a part where he talks about another world, and I'm wondering what that other world is. It's almost like we missed the order or something.
He said like
he specifically said that like he learned this from a friend in a faraway land type thing.
I missed
that. Do you never listen to anything? Do you read the book? Like,
I imagine that Vasher and Blood would be in another book. You spoilered us. Excuse me, because they were. I mean, I feel like all of the main characters that are still alive are going to be in the next book, right? I mean, the God King, Ciri, Vivenna, Vasher. That's pretty much it.
And the other two bandits. Mercenaries, they got away. Also, that their
Tonk Fa or whatever his name is.
And their thing, their zombie guy. What are they called again? Awokens or whatever.
Yeah.
Their zombie guy is important to them in some way because what's his face meant when they mentioned it to Vasher, he was like I know about him or whatever. Like he knew who he was. Like he knew who he used to be maybe. So connections. I never thought that Vasher was a bad guy,
True
by the way.
that.
Did you? I never thought Vasher was bad. Ever. Never. Why would anybody ever start a book? No, I've never seen that happen before, at least. I mean, Brandon Sanders could do it, maybe. But,
Oh. Someone said they're in a different Mistborn series. A different Brandon Sanderson series. Not in the, like, so Vasher and Nightblood are in a different one of his series.
Oh. Maybe it's because somebody mentioned, like, our order was weird because of that. Like, they may miss out on something because reading this before something else. So.
Well, you know what?
What was the thing? What was the thing?
What?
I was saying something, then you started reading comments
Sorry.
instead of letting me finish, so now I forgot.
You were saying... Remind me what he was saying. Because I don't remember.
Did you wash your mouth out?
Yes.
Oh, we just finished up, basically, talking about the book. All right, so Forging Divinity is Andrew Rowe. One of my favorite books of last year was
Sufficiently Advanced Magic.
And On the Shoulders of Titans. And he wrote this. It's a pretty short book.
The thing is, though, like, the pages are long.
All right, it's a pretty short book, but I'm really liking it so far. It definitely feels like Sufficiently Advanced Magic. They mentioned Karis in it at some point, right at the beginning. I was like,
yeah, I found that part. You were sleeping, though, and I didn't want to wake you up.
No, you told me about it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I was like, Karis! So, it's pretty cool. It's almost like we should read this first before reading Sufficiently Advanced Magic.
Yeah, we probably should have.
But
you can definitely read this if you haven't read his other stuff, because this technically comes first.
Yeah.
And then, again, this is the end of the month.
When are we doing the next one of those?
What, this?
Book 2.
It's going to be the middle of the month next month.
Okay, so it's going to be this, and then book 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We should make a calendar.
Wait. Yeah, we should. It's good so far. I'm like a third into it. My Baby Karis. It's been published before. So yeah, this one came out first.
So, definitely, if you guys like over-explained magic systems, I feel like this is like, that's how he writes, right? Like, I feel like
very detailed.
it's like over-explained. If you don't like over-explained stuff, then you may not like it. But like, they literally, I love how like this one starts and like they're sitting there just basically explaining the magic system. They're like, yeah, this is how my power works. Check it out, and it does this, and I'm just like, I love it. You know, like the whole time I'm like, yes. So it's not for everybody, but it's for me so far.
We should ask him to do an interview.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We
should read all his books first, though.
If you don't like over-explained stuff, read Warbreaker.
Yeah. Oh, good one, T. Damn.
And if you do, read any Rowe book.
Look at how many comments T has made.
It's like all the comments.
Thanks for joining us, T. Thanks to everybody else that's here too.
Isa made some good points too.
You made some good points?
Isa.
What are you, Jar Jar Binks? Isa makes some good points too.
Misa.
I know, but you said Isa.
That's their name.
I know, but you said Isa make good points too. See what I mean? It's not my fault.
Jar Jar Binks. That's not a compliment.
Jar Jar is not that bad, guys.
Everyone hates him.
I know.
He's annoying, but
he's
like,
annoying.
I don't care that much.
You should watch Clone Wars, the animated series. You get a whole arc for Jar Jar in that. That one's fun.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
See you in the next one.
Say bye, Meek.
Bye, Meek.
Bye.